Hey guys, Gene Campbell here, doing another little entry, letters from camp. It's probably about a 10-minute video-ish range. We just wanted to touch on a couple topics here, talking about some of the business side of this again. It's a fact of the matter, you'll hear this constantly, is that nothing, when it comes to tournament fishing, nothing can replace or substitute for time on the water. And that is 100% accurate. In my personal opinion, my findings. Time on the water and fishing and working and doing what we love out there, nothing can replace that. And that helps, move forward. But there's also more to it. There's the fishing side of things, but then there's also the business and the logistics side of this. Now, this video is not for, say, the weekend angler or the guy that fishes a couple derbs, here and there. On a local level or whatever. That's fantastic. That's awesome. This information probably won't benefit you as much. Maybe it will if you have desires to look to going further with your competition. What this information is geared towards is that group of anglers out there that is focused on not just fishing on a local level, but looking more regional, so looking on a national, multiple events, and then eventually obviously moving up and earning your way up through the ranks onto the AAA series, be it the Bass Opens or the Toyota series, and then moving up, of course, towards the professional ranks. This information is kind of geared more towards that. That's the pathway that we're on. That's what we have spent a lot of years studying and trying to understand better. And that's where we think we can pass on a few tidbits of information that will be helpful to those either on that path or perhaps looking to get on that path. So what we're here to talk about is the long term. In a previous video, a letter from camp that I sent, I talked about taking money out of the expense category and moving it towards the investment. And what triggers that is when you start to get a return on that, right? That's what we're looking to do, is maximize return based on the money that we're already going to put out no matter what. So that's what this piece here kind of falls and goes hand in hand with. And what that is understanding the long-term investment that this is. And I'm not just talking about monetary. I'm talking about time, effort, mental focus, the impact it has on your family and whatever support system you have. It all comes into play, and it all has to be there if you're going to increase your chances to success. Now, before someone comments and says, hey, but I knew about this one guy, you're always going to have the onesie twosies, all right, that are going to buzz around there. What I'm going to focus on here for you, though, is more about increasing your chance of success, okay? We want to try to hedge these numbers against us, or I'm sorry, we want to hedge these numbers in our favor to increase the potential chance of success in these given areas. There's a lot about this sport that falls down into things that you can control. Okay, a lot of factors that you can control, but there is also in my personal opinion, an equally large amount of information that you can't control. So the best you can do on any given day is make sure that you are taking care of everything that you can have an impact on in some fashion or form, and put those things in your favor. That way you have a increased chance of the success and getting the desired results back out. Long term, that's really what we're talking about here. If you're going into this, and again, I'm speaking to the guys, to the people, the anglers, men and women that are looking to take this to the next level and branch out and do this on a larger scale. If you go into this with a 1 or 2 year plan, financially, emotionally, logistically speaking, in my opinion, you're setting yourself up for failure there. Now, could you make it in 1 to 2 years? Could you be, moving up through? Yeah, there is a chance, but there's also a greater chance that you won't. This is going to take time, and this is going to take a long-term investment. Remember when I spoke about time on the water? In our case here, we go down and fish on Table Rock, Lake of the Ozarks, Truman Reservoir. We're going to be fishing Grand Lake, Eufaula, Oklahoma. We're going to be fishing these areas down here. I don't live down there. Currently live in Minnesota, going to be living in Colorado, back home soon. So our chances of getting to those 3 and 4 days a week are very, very slim. So that means it's going to take us multiple events, multiple events of time spent on the water down there, understanding these bodies of water and understanding these areas. Now, I can get time on other bodies of water, yes, and that's going to help us. Obviously, you know, working with our gear, working with our fishing, so on and so forth. But time on the given bodies of water that you're going to be on is an absolute must when it comes to increasing your chances for success on those bodies of water. Now, some people get discouraged about our sport because of how much of a long-term commitment it is. Me personally, it's one of the things that I love the most about our sport, is because it has a check and balance to it, right? I mean, it weeds out the non-packers really, really easy. And it kind of does it on its own. It will weed the field out. You'll get those people that want to jackpot a tournament or so that come in and do real well because they live at that lake or whatever. But really, at the end of the day, in the long haul scheme of things, if your focus is on having a solid season, not just a solid tournament, you can basically, they'll get weeded out because chances are they won't even be at the next tournament. And then at that point, if you go out there and continue to remain consistent, you will rise through the top and through those numbers. So you need to remember that this is going to take many years of work and effort and practice and needed support from, like I said, that support system, your family, however that works out for you. It's all going to have to be in play. Now, where this also ties in is that regardless of the type of sponsorship piece, remember when I was talking about taking things out of expense into investment? Sponsors can help do that. Now, that can come in a lot of different forms. That can come, in the discount tackle side of things. Hey, if it reduces your amount of money going out and allows you to get more equipment to be able to do what you do and improves your chances, good deal. Good on you. I don't really care what. I mean, anything that's a win-win for you and the company, then absolutely, that's a good deal, no matter how you paint it. Don't let anybody tell you different. At the end of the day, it's your deal, and it's their deal, and it's no one else's business, really. When it comes to that. So whether it's that or a more advanced level of sponsorship where there's a little bit more time and energy is put into it, you need to remember that you need to convey that information over as well. That your sponsor needs to also understand that this is a long-term commitment that you're looking for, because this just won't be a splash in the pan and done. It takes such a perfect storm to come together. I mean, there's a reason why you see grown adults break down into tears on the stage of these major events because of how much time and effort it takes and the perfect storm that has to come together for them to seize those wins. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And so it takes a long-term commitment on everybody involved in that's in that support system that you have, because sponsors become part of that support system when you bring them on, if things are being handled right. So it's important that they understand that this becomes even more applicable when we start talking about non-endemic sponsorships. Non-endemic meaning somebody that perhaps isn't directly related to bass fishing or the outdoors, like insurance companies or anything really, grocery stores or gas stations. They're not directly related to outdoors, but they're indirectly related to what we as tournament anglers look into. That's becoming more and more prevalent out there, is the non-endemic piece. So make sure that they understand that this is a long-term deal that you're looking to basically lock in on, and not something that's going to be handled or done with just overnight. It's very, very important that way everybody going into this has that same understanding. Hey guys, as usual, I can't thank you enough for all your time and support, love and energy. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here. We're going to try to keep coming up with more and more information like this. If you have ideas, if you have a topic that you want me to cover, let me know. Hit me up. DM me on Facebook, Instant Messenger there, or hit me on Instagram, whatever the case may be. We'd love to try to talk about some of this stuff if we have some knowledge that we think we can help you with. The next pieces that we'll be doing here, we're going to try to keep covering little aspects like this. And obviously we'll keep doing our recap videos, so on and so forth. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Give us a like, a follow, share, the whole shebang. That helps in more ways than you could ever imagine. Tight lines. Be safe, everybody.